Before I go any further with this video, I do want to give a little quick prayer to the folks in Baltimore, as not sure if some what you know what happens. The cargo ship was out of power. The lights went off, and I think the power of that ship may have stopped, and it crashed into a bridge, and the whole freaking thing collapsed. It is a suck. It sucks. It really sucks. So prayers to the folks in Baltimore in this really tough time. I don't really talk a lot about things like this or anything because I wish nothing to benefit from it, but I feel like I should give a little quick prayer to the folks in Baltimore because that is really scary when something like this happens. It really is scary, and there's really no right words to say. So all I can really do now is prayers to the folks in Baltimore. All right. Another prayers is the Florida Panthers. My God, this one stung. As we were at the jaws of victory, and that's just been stripped away in the third period. Stripped away. It is Sergei Bobrovsky, who is just ice cold. He is just really ice cold right now. Against Jeremy Swayman. So no Ullmark, but Swayman. 27 seconds into the game, already a goal. It's Evan Rodriguez, assisted by Vladimir Tarasenko and Alexander Barkov, and that is off a tip-in. So a really good play there by Rodriguez to get one into the back of the net. The stick got stuck underneath the Boston player, but he was able to retrieve it. Do I hear it? I don't know what I'm hearing. I hear like a dog or something. And 40 seconds later, hell broke loose. Parker Wotherspoon was roughing up Matthew Tkachuk, and Matthew Tkachuk was going to retaliate. Bennett comes in the aid of Matthew Tkachuk, and he gets a roughing call against Parker Wotherspoon. Florida gets a power play because Wotherspoon gets a double minor against Matthew Tkachuk. It was just an unnecessary, egregious hit, rough by Wotherspoon, and Florida does go on a power play. It's not the first time this will happen, by the way. All game long, there has to be a problem between Boston and Florida. So you can imagine the Boston-Miami rivalry, right? Well, still ass hurts about what happened in the playoffs. You know, we came back from 3-1 deficit against the President's Trophy, which we ended up going with the Stanley Cup. So anyway, Florida goes on a power play that was killed off. There was actually a shorthanded chance with Lindholm that was saved by Bobrovsky. So Matthew Tkachuk with the wraparound that was saved by Swayman, and I thought for a moment that puck went to the back of net, but it didn't, and that was just like, oh man, it was just unbelievable. So Boston tries to find an opportunity. Then they couldn't be able to do so, and then Anton Lundell gets called for a hook against Pavel Zacha. Boston goes on a power play. Boston with a couple of chances against Bobrovsky. That penalty was, and saved by Bobrovsky, that penalty was killed off. But a couple minutes later, we would eventually get a goal, and of course, it had to be Charlie McAvoy with his 10th goal of the season. He was assisted by Zacha, or Zaka, whatever, 31st assist of the season. And Grzelcyk, there we go, with his 8th assist. Off the slash shot is McAvoy off the right side, and he just buries it. But a minute after that, it was a deflected score from the skate. This is assisted by Kulikov, that's his 17th assist of the season, and Losary, and that's his 10th assist of the season. Off the deflection, the puck hits the skate of Sam Reinhart, and that puck goes by Swayman. Swayman was looking to see if there was a kick, influence kick from it, but nothing was evident enough to get the goal be overturned. Instead, Reinhardt gets his 51st goal of the season, and he's 9 away of reaching an Panthers all-time record. Can he make it? I don't know. But we'll see what happens. There's 10 or 9 games left. But yeah, that ends the first period, 2-1 Florida. We would get some scuffles. Yeah, we would definitely get some scuffles, but not towards the end of the first period though. Even if there was no penalty. So nothing stands out there. Second period, there would be a lot. There would be some pushing and shoving. For example, Hampus Lindholm in 5 minutes. 5 minutes into the second period, there was some pushing and shoving. There was a fight between Hampton Lindholm and Sam Bennett. But that was not the only fight. There was more fights that happened during this one. There was a one-on-one fight between Sam Bennett and Lindholm. Hence, you see the thumbnail. But there was people beating each other up. There's players beating each other up and getting pulled down to the ice. That was rough. People were entertained by this. I was certainly entertained by this. So it was crazy. It was a crazy fight to see. And then a little bit, and then no power play comes out of it. But then there will be a power play eventually. John Beecher gets called for a slash against Matthew Tkachuk. That would be a Florida power play. And then Matthew Tkachuk gets called for high stick against McAvoy. It would be a 4-on-4 for a little bit. And then that 4-on-4 would eventually be killed off into a Boston power play, and then another freaking penalty. It definitely turns more ugly. Mikkola and Brad Marchand, that guy that nobody likes. Nobody in the league likes Brad Marchand. He's a piece of shit. So, him and Mikkola go at it with each other. There was a cross-checking and roughing. They were pummeling each other out. They went down the ice. Both of them were sent to a cross-check and roughing, so that's a double penalties as well. Those penalties would be killed off, and then a few minutes later after that, with Bobrovsky just getting caught off guard with this one, assisted by Charlie McAvoy off the wrist shot, it's David Pastrnak with his 45th goal of the season. So Reinhardt still has more goals than he does. Anyway, he ties the game up 2-2, and that would do it for the second period. Really, there was one more attempt by Evan Rodriguez, but that was badly missed to the left. So the score would be 2-2. Florida does not get any score in the second period. Third period, though, this one stung. This one stunk because I feel like we had a legitimate chance to actually beat one of the best teams in the league, and we just could not able to do so. There were some chances. Carter Verhaeghe once again coming clutch with his 33rd goal of the season, and that's just absolutely amazing shot there by Verhaeghe. This is assisted by Matthew Tkachuk with his 56th assist of the season, and Ulrich Ekman-Larsson, that's his 20th assist of the season off the wrist shot. Swaggy with his wrist shot, and Florida gets the lead again to make it 3-2. Then Kevin Stanley, a couple minutes later, gets called for a slash against McAvoy. It was just enough to call it that. So Boston goes on a power play, and then Boston gets called for a penalty. It's Brad Marchand gets called for interference against Gustav Forsling. And how in the world is that not another penalty? So what happened is Marchand is really pissed off. He hates the call. He was shouting at the referee's ear. And I mean screaming at an official right next to him. No penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct. Nothing. He lets it, they let him get away with it. Because it's Brad Marchand, right? He's the captain. At least I think he's the captain. Anyway, I don't give a shit. He should, either way, there's a rule where if you argue or scream at the official like that, that's unsportsmanlike conduct. How is that not unsportsmanlike conduct? I don't get the no call. How are you going to let him be so lenient? How? If this was Sam Bennett, that he's gone. Or if it was Matthew Tkachuk, he's gone. But of course, Boston favoritism. So it would be a 4-on-4 for a little bit. Florida does have a little bit of power play, does nothing with it. And Rodriguez, with an honest-to-God mistake, he knew it too. The puck went over the glass. He gets called for a delay of game, and and Boston goes on a power play. There was a shorthanded chance with Kevin Stanley to make it a shorthanded goal. That was saved by Swayman. Coyle actually tried to get one off of Bobrovsky. That puck just flew over the goal post, but it didn't matter because 20 seconds later, tie game. Jeremy Swayman gets an assist at this one, and Brad Marchand, he gets 36 assists of the season. Off the slash shot is Trent Frederick with his 18th goal of the season. That ties the game up, and then 2 minutes later, this happened. Just Pavel Zacha gets a deflection goal off the skate, too. Just like how Sam Reinhart did it with his skate. So him too. I guess they copied her move and stole it. Anyway, Parker Witherspoon with his 8th assist of the season, and David Pastrnak with his 56th assist of the season. Zacha would eventually win the game for Boston. Florida, for pretty much the rest of the game, will have the empty net. Bobrovsky was sent off the ice to put another attacker on. And believe me when I tell you, Florida was this close, but they keep missing the puck. I wouldn't say they keep missing the puck, but Montour's slap shot was a weak one. That was a weak shot by Montour. And Barkov should have gotten this one, but it hit the post. And Verhaeghe was right there, and that was saved by Swayman. And final score of this would be 4-3, and that loss stung, man. That stung. Then there was a fight after that. I see Boston fans, showing up the Boston jersey, acting like, oh, we're the best. Oh, we're the best. We're the best team. But you still blew 3-1 lead last season. It's awkward. Anyway, 4-3 Boston. I thought this was a good game. Not complaining. Not complaining much about it. Just sucks that we lost this one. Anyway, when we look at the team stats, 21 shots even. Boston with 49 hits. 41 hits for Florida. They have one more face-off win than we do. They have 4 power play opportunities. They got 1. We got 3 power play opportunities. We capitalized none. Of course. They had 19 block shots. We had 10 takeaways. We had more giveaways too. And stars of the game, Pavel Zacha with the game-winning goal with 1 goal, 1 assist. Pastrnak with 2 stars and 3 stars. They gave it to Sam Reinhart. I'll take it. When we look at the standings, so this was a scenario. We win this game, Detroit loses, we're in the playoffs. But that's okay. We're probably going to make the playoffs anyway. It's just a matter of this question. Are we really in the race for President's Trophy? There's a silver line to this, folks. Yes, it sucks we lost this game. It really sucks. However, do we really want a President's Trophy again? For me, personally, no. Because I think that weighs off the shoulders of having that on our shoulders with this, and we can actually make a legitimate run to the finals and probably win the real trophy. And also the conspiracy theory of the President's Cup curse or some shit like that. We were kind of receiving that of it too. But hey, at least with us, we actually make it to the second round. Did we win the second game? No, but at least we made it to the second round. And you're also 1 point closer of winning the President's Trophy. So have fun. Let's see what happens with this. Currently, the New York Rangers have the number 1 spot of winning the President's Trophy, but there's more games left, so we'll see what happens. So, anyway, Bobrovsky, my gosh, you gotta find the fire, man. You're ice cold. Stolarz, as of right now, is better than him, and who knows if Stolarz comes back and he plays good again, he might end up being the starting role of the playoffs. But we'll see what happens. we'll see what happens. Anything can happen from now until April, which is still a little bit ways away. Actually no. Scratch that. That's not true at all. It's only a week away. Then we talk about baseball. We still talk about soccer, but yet we talk about playoffs. And that's the important thing we talk about with the Heat, which is the next video coming up very shortly. Anyway, guys, that's going to do it for this one. If you have enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe our content, because Miami Chief G guys are back. And when he does, he'll be right there with you for your entertainment you deserve. This is Miami Chief G signing off, folks. Good night, everybody.